Russia is furious, not confused, not surprised, but angrier than it has been in decades. Inside Moscow, alarms are ringing, warnings are being delivered, and one question is dominating every discussion. How did relations with the United States reach this point? And what did the President of the United States do next that completely changed the balance? This is not just about Ukraine. This is about power, pressure, and a silent global showdown, where the anger began. Russia's fury did not start overnight. It was built slowly, deliberately, step by step. From Moscow's perspective, America crossed multiple red lines. First, there was NATO expansion. To Russia, NATO moving closer was not defensive, it was threatening. Countries that once stood neutral began aligning with the West. Ukraine became the most sensitive point. Then came military support, advanced weapons, training programs, real-time intelligence. The United States didn't send troops, but it empowered Ukraine to fight like a modern Western army. To Moscow, this felt like war without a declaration. And then came the most painful weapon of all. Sanctions, the silent strike. Economic sanctions hit Russia harder than missiles ever could. Banks were isolated, oil revenues were targeted, technology access was restricted, elite assets were frozen. From Russia's view, this was not diplomacy, it was economic warfare. The goal wasn't just to punish Russia, it was to weaken it long-term. Every sanction sent a clear message. America was willing to apply pressure patiently and relentlessly. Ukraine, the turning point. Ukraine transformed Russia's frustration into rage. What was expected to be a quick campaign turned into a long, exhausting conflict. Why? Because behind Ukraine stood the United States. American intelligence predicted battlefield movements. American weapons changed the balance. American funding kept Ukraine running. Every Russian setback felt like America was watching, calculating, learning. Inside Russia, the narrative shifted. This was no longer Russia versus Ukraine. This was Russia versus American influence by proxy. And that realization shook Moscow. A new style of American leadership. Then came a change in tone from Washington. The President of the United States did not follow traditional diplomatic language. Messages became sharper. Warnings became clearer, and unpredictability became a weapon. Publicly, the U.S. leadership talked about peace, negotiations, and stability. Privately, pressure increased. Europe was pushed to spend more on defense. Economic levers were tightened. Military readiness quietly improved. Russia could no longer predict America's next move, and uncertainty is terrifying for any power. What the U.S. president did next. This is where Moscow's anger reached its peak. The U.S. president paused and then applied pressure strategically. No dramatic declarations, no immediate confrontation. Instead, America allowed pressure to build silently. Economic isolation deepened. Military coordination increased behind the scenes. Intelligence cooperation intensified. It was a slow squeeze. To Russia, this felt like being trapped without a clear enemy to strike. How do you respond when there is no single battlefield? The real reason Russia is furious. Russia's anger is not just about territory or war. It's about status. Russia sees itself as a global power. Being treated as a problem to be managed was humiliating. The war drained resources, sanctions weakened influence, and global perception began to shift. Worst of all, America didn't rush to destroy Russia. It waited, and patience, combined with power, is dangerous. What comes next? Russia now faces impossible choices: escalate and risk wider conflict, step back and appear weak, or continue slowly bleeding over time. Meanwhile, the President of the United States holds the advantage of choice. Pressure can increase, negotiations can begin, or time can simply be allowed to do the work. One thing is clear: Russia is furious because it feels cornered, and America helped design that corner without firing a single shot. This is not just a war, it's a long game, a test of endurance, a test of patience, a test of power. Russia is angry, America is calm, and the next move could reshape the world.